'Twas the night before Fright Fest, and all through San Antonio, not a creature was stirring, except for the demonio. The fear acres lay silent, awaiting their scare, while Carnival of Terror prepped with sinister flair. The actors were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of the arrival danced in their heads. In Screampunk District and Festival of Fright, props were all set up for a horrifying night. When out in Wicked Hollow there arose such a clatter, Steampunkins sprang up to see what was the matter. Away to Hell Valley Cemetery they flew like a flash, tore open the gates with a bone-chilling crash. The moon on the gate of Slaughterhouse 6 gave luster of midday to blood-curdling tricks, when what to their wondering eyes should appear but a ghostly parade led by the master of fear. With the spectral conductor so lively and quick, they knew in a moment it must be Saint Trick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now trapped, now Hungan, now twisted and more, on ghouls, on phantoms, let's even the score. To the top of the coaster, to the top of the wall, now scare away, scare away, scare away all. Ha 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 ha! As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the park top the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of frights, and Saint Trick too. And then, in a twinkling, they heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As they drew in their heads and were turning around, down the chimney Saint Trick came with a bound. He was dressed in all black from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of scares he had flung on his back, and he looked like a nightmare just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how scary. His cheeks were like graves, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard of his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little filled belly that shook when he laughed like a storm-rattled deli. He was eerie and pale, like a corpse on the shelf, and they laughed when they saw him in spite of themselves. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave them to know they had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, filling fear acres and carnival with frights, then turned with a jerk, and laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew, the dawn of a thistle. But they heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, "Scary Fright Fest to all, and to all a good fright!" From Screampunk to Twisted, from Trap to Hungan's lair, Saint Trick had ensured every corner would scare. As dawn approached and the park ready to fright, the actors knew well this would be quite a night. Now wasn't that delicious? That was just an appetizer, my friends. I have a whole buffet of content coming your way. So make sure you like, subscribe, and most importantly, stay off the menu.